what would I regret most? One, not going full-time or not like continuing to build this business, or staying with my job. And so I just made the mental decision to never look back. I was like, okay, like I'm making this decision. I got rid of the timeline because I felt like a failure after not leaving my corporate job in the first year. And I said, hey, as long as I am committed to myself and the women in my community, it will work out. So many women get into our program and they think that they need to do everything right away.
Yeah.
But that's that all or nothing 0 to 100 mentality that gets you stuck.
Welcome to the Numbers of Purpose podcast. Today's guest is the definition of bold reinvention. Miranda Forest is a former Fortune 1 corporate powerhouse who spent over 6 years climbing the ladder of Walmart until she made a decision that changed everything. In May 2023, Miranda walked away from the comfort and security of her corporate path and went all in on herself, her purpose, and her business. Since then, she's becoming a guiding light for high-achieving women, helping them lose stubborn body fat, building real strengths, and feel confident in their skin. And here's something you might not know. Miranda was born on the 17th, a number that carries the energy of the star in numerology. That energy is all about visibility, shining your light, and inspiring others through your presence. And honestly, this is exactly what she's doing. This episode is packed with truth bombs about burnout, self-trust, and building systems that actually support the version of you that you are becoming. So, let's dive in.
Hello, Miranda.
Hello.
Welcome to Numbers of Purpose podcast. I'm so grateful to have you here. I think we met plenty of times in Austin. We talked a little bit about first time we met at Mastermind, right?
Yeah.
And I remember you were so driven into like, okay, show me how to do this. I was just chilling and
You were your flow. Yeah, it's like
numbers. Yeah. How is it going for you? Tell me.
it's going great. Yeah. When I met you, I was in my corporate job, scaling a business.
So you were still there, right?
Yeah. So I was still in my corporate job, trying to scale, a health and fitness business for women. And it was insanity. I was doing all the things all the time and didn't feel like I could relax.
Okay. So you were stressed every day.
Yes.
Okay.
And now things are great.
So what changed?
I went all in on myself and the business and left the corporate job, have one job, and continue to get support on, from employees and building community and a team and focusing less on the actual checking things off the list.
Yeah.
And more on how can I make an impact and really like pour out of myself through love.
I love it. So take me back a little bit. What happened when you like, I want to do this. I want to start my business. I want to serve people. I want to help women. I guess that's your audience.
Yeah.
What happened there? Like, what was the switch?
Yeah. So, for me personally, I grew up with entrepreneurs as parents. And so I saw my mom killing it. And I was like, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur at some point. I don't know what that looks like. I started a boutique with my sister during COVID to like test the waters, and it didn't go well.
What was it?
It was called City Sisters.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was like in person. We did some like pop-ups. We had some online, but then I moved to Austin, and really like to me, it was all about empowering women through the clothing, through the boutique, like making women feel confident in whatever they wear.
Where is it coming from? Where does it kind of idea, the desire to empower women?
I think because I had my own confidence struggles and just personal doubts about my own self-worth. And I had kind of this breaking point in 2020, 2021. I feel like everyone had a little bit of a breaking point during COVID, where I just was not confident in myself and in where my life was taking me. And I was just drinking on the weekends. I was working during the week.
Oh my gosh, she was drinking on the weekends.
But I was drinking. I was living in Wisconsin. I was like getting hangovers like every night when I was out, like not hanging out with my type of people. And I had this realization. I was like, wait, what I want in life is not to just like party on the weekends, work during the week, and have this cycle over and over. Like, I want more for myself. I want to actually build relationships with people that wanted to grow and wanted to have more personal self-development and self-awareness. And so I wanted to just like build a community that really empowered each other and just like built each other up that way. And so I think at that point, my low point, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a turning point. Like I need to do something. And being in my corporate career, I was like, there's no way for me to make an impact like that. Like I had to really work for the man, drink the Kool-Aid. And it was great. Like I had a great career. I was able to work remote. I didn't lose my job during COVID.
Yeah.
But it wasn't fulfilling myself and my needs. And ultimately, I just wanted to make something that was more empowering. And that's actually what my mom did growing up. She had a few fitness facilities and helped women lose weight.
She's in happiness. So,
okay, exactly. So it's kind of funny how I have just like morphed into a different version of her in a way. But it's been really fun just like getting back in tune and really focusing not only on the fitness piece, but it's the mindset that really matters and what takes women to not only like their dream body, but their dream everything.
That's amazing. Can you recall your feelings when you were in corporate? Like, there's a phrase where say people change either from like excitement and they're like, oh, I'm super curious what I'm going to take this step, right? Even though it's unknown, even though I don't know where it's going to lead me, or they change from like when the pain exceeds, like the place where they are right now. Yeah. So what was that for you?
I feel like there are probably a few different points in that journey for me. I think the first was moving to Austin and seeing and putting myself in positions around other women that were doing the things. Okay, the environment. Yes, environment. You have to be in an environment where, there's other people doing similar things as you and that are like lifting you up instead of saying, well, why you?
Was it scary moving to Austin?
No, just because after college, I moved to New York City alone without knowing anyone. So it was like, this was just like a very nice move. Yeah, I was like, oh, there's fine. This is small. Yeah, this is a small move. We can move anywhere if we need to. But like when I moved here, I saw that there were so many other women like starting their own businesses. And they were just like me. Right? Like there wasn't something that was extremely extraordinary about them, right? Like once you get to know them, it's like they're just humans that just want to make an impact.
Yeah.
And so as long as you really like put your time and efforts into that, like you can't fail. You don't stop. Right. Yeah. So there were a few other points it's been 2 years since I officially started this business. And, there was one point distinctively where last year around December, January, I was really confused on my journey. I was like, okay, like I have been investing in, business coaches and I've seen growth, but my career, like I don't have enough time to really like put everything into this business. And I thought I had to just grind it out. And I was constantly like, am I doing the right thing? Am I thinking in the right way? Am I enough to even like help these women? Or like, how on earth am I going to be able to get stable income? Like
What am I thinking those questions before you start something like on your own? Yeah, of course. There's no guarantee in any job. If I think of it, right? Like even if you have 9 to 5, so many friends who like, oh, I just got fired, like laid off. I'm like, what happened? Oh, I don't know.
Exactly.
All of a sudden.
Exactly. Yeah. And so like earlier last year, I was like, wait, okay, Miranda, you have been wanting this for your entire life. Are you willing to give that up just because it's hard? Just because it's
Good question. Yeah.
yeah. And so I always ask myself, like, whenever I make a big decision, right, like moving to New York, moving to Austin, I say, what would I regret most? One, not going full time or not like continuing to build this business, or staying with my job. And so I just made the mental decision to never look back. I was like, okay, like I'm making this decision. I got rid of the timeline because I felt like a failure after not leaving my corporate job in the first year. And I said, hey, as long as I am committed to myself and the women in my community, it will work out. It just depends on when.
Yeah.
And so I just said, hey, like, God, whomever if you're spiritual, like,
Please. Yeah.
yeah, like,
Universe,
please give me a sign and just like help me make this happen. And so in May, at my corporate career, my corporate job, I get Sunday night a meeting on my calendar for Monday morning with my VP. And I was remote still with this position. And they said, hey, we're getting rid of remote employees. So to your point, you can always, you're never stable.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
And
It's an illusion.
Exactly. So they said like, hey, you can either relocate to New York, San Fran, Clintonville, Arkansas, or you take severance and leave. And so I just took severance and I was like, see ya.
I like. Were you? What did you feel exactly at that moment? Did you feel like fear or like, oh my God, or did you feel like how it was
That moment, I felt this is my sign.
Oh yeah,
This is it. I've been like praying and working towards this moment, and I had already planned the following month to start ads, to start scaling the business and just get an assistant coach so that it's not all on myself, and started, outsourcing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when you are a business owner, you can't do it all.
Oh, absolutely. It's like they say, hire VA before you need it.
Yeah.
I'm in Zara Francis right now, and I was like freaking out. Like, oh my God, how do I delegate? Like, it started like, but then I'm like, well, wait a second, just record what you do and just one part them this way because she's remote. And I was like, what? I don't even know what to give her. And then when you actually have a person, you're like, oh, actually, here we go. This is the list.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, wait,
Okay.
I have time.
Exactly.
I can breathe. I can actually focus on the visionary aspects that really drive the business.
Yeah, absolutely. You also mentioned that I want to kind of point out, for me, at least in my opinion, a couple important points here. You kind of had financial caution before you did this, right? So it's not that you're like, you know what? I don't have just zero on my bank account. Let's go into my business, right? Because I feel like that would be, I guess, not a very smart move, because that will give you a lot of pressure, and you will be operating not from the like, I want to serve people from my loving heart, but from fear. It's like, I need to make that money. I need to make the sales. So you will probably come off as like very pushy person.
Completely.
Yeah. So for you, like in your case, you felt secure in a way, right? For some period of time.
Thankfully. Yes. Yeah. And I think that's where I think a lot of probably women more so than men like do struggle when they do just like up and leave their job, and they're in this like chaotic feeling and fear around working from lack instead of abundance. And I mean, I'm constantly still working on my money mindset, and, it's all, and it's relationship. Money I feel like money, and me too. I have I don't know, where's this book? Oh, right there. Lewis House. His book, Money something money. Make money easy. Okay, just like, oh, such a cheesy title. Yeah. But it works. Yeah, but okay. And I was at his like event. He was just like speaking here, and I'm like, he was talking about the money's relationship. It is totally is. Like, you need to nurture. You need to understand. Like, there's a kind of like a coaching thing when you, let's say, use you, right? And like, here goes. It could be someone else, or you can just imagine. Imagine I'm money. What do you feel I feel about you? Do I want to be with you? Yeah, I know. Do I want to come to you? Are you happy to see me? You happy to spend me, right? And that's such a part. Well, when I just first like discovered that, because I'm constantly in this money thing, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't think money wants to see me much, like. No, I'm like, I'm kind of afraid of that, like, of it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm just here. You stay there. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's the interesting point about like the, financial and money mindset, that, yeah, you still need to have certain, like, I guess, like a backup plan for yourself. You gotta decide to leave. Or another point is you can totally get like a part-time job. Exactly. For a less pay. Yeah, you probably gonna have to make certain adjustments, right? And you will be surprised how much money you spend on Amazon. Things that you don't even know. I eat coffee shops. Exactly, Yeah. And I made this kind of, it was tough experiment last year. I canceled my Amazon Prime. And I'm like, let's see. And I was talking with my friend and she's like, oh no, I can never do this. I'm like, well, you know what? I realized that I don't really need a lot of stuff that I was ordering. I was like, just in case, like I just ordered because. And she said like, oh, I spent like $7,000 on just Amazon shopping. I'm like, I don't like, plus coffee. And I did this research when I was working. I'm like, wow, that's just like enormous amount of money. It just go like somewhere else. Whereas like, okay, let me see what is essential for me. Like, is it essential for me to buy another dress right now? Like, is it really essential? Yeah, something that will help me, work towards my business. Right? Is it essential for me to buy another cup of coffee? Yeah. Maybe I buy a coffee maker machine and just do that down, and you really like, I was like, oh no, I want to drink coffee like right there. Like, I need to order it. And now I'm like, actually, what? It's fine now. It's very good. Yeah. Yeah. You can get your almond milk. You can get your, I know, syrup. Yeah, I know. And like frosted. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. And just take a like cute coffee cup and go with it. Yeah, lately. Yeah, and like I think that's what I did for the last 2 years. Is I also set myself up that way and decreasing my expenses to as low as like I could, while still enjoying myself and still getting some like liveliness in life, because you need balance. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I would have been. I was still kind of like, balance is hard. Yeah, I don't think there is a balance. I think it's like you can get close to it. Yeah. Like where you're always swinging. But it's always going to be something on, like, we just discussed the dating scene, right? So when I feel like when that's going to be a priority, that's where the balance will like shift towards that, because you need a little bit more energy to nurture and go on dates and things like that. But now there's a different priority in your life. So it's like, you can only probably do so much. Yeah. Yeah, no. And I saw a reel from someone that I go to the gym with, and he was talking about, he has a business as well. And he was scaling his business. And then he also did a bodybuilding competition during the time. And then he also was starting to invest in race car racing. Mm-hmm. And it's like, when you do too many things, you're mediocre. Yeah, honest. Yeah, just branding myself. Yeah, yeah. So like in my career too, like I outsourced right away. Even before my mentors told me, I was like, hey, like I need someone in my DMs helping me. I can't mentally manage that. So I took a hit. Yeah, I know. And I was like, now I can do other things. Mm-hmm. But you have to focus on what your zone of genius is, mm-hmm. and go all in on that.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely learn all of those skills, right?
And you should. And and you would, and guys would, teach someone.
Yeah.
But then
Just right away. Yeah, right away. I love it. You also mentioned coaches and mentors. Tell me about that.
oh my goodness. So my first business mentor was when I started the boutique with my sister.
Okay.
And we had no idea what we were doing. My sister found a PDF online and she's like, okay, let's try this. About 4 months into it, I was like, hey, we need help. So we got an online business mentor and she opened our eyes to everything. Like, we learned so much with her. So when I decided I wanted to do fitness, I was like, wait, there's no way I'm even starting a business without a business mentor. So 4 months before I started my business, I invested in a business mentor. And I said, hey, this is what I'm starting. I have my certs now. Help me starting this date. And after that, I was like, okay, there's so much less overwhelm, so much less confusion. And there's an actual path for you to follow. So you're not thinking about the shiny object syndrome of, oh, should I be doing it this way? Should I be doing it that way? And you're actually focusing on what you should be focusing on to move the business along.
What else does it give you, to have a mentor?
Emotional stability. So you're not,
and you Libra, so
yeah,
I both Libra, so I'm like, yeah, can wait.
Yep. I mean, especially in the beginning, and honestly, it still sometimes comes up, but you want to focus on the plan, not your mood.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Because that's the one, the biggest insight for me was hey, you need to treat it as a business and think of when you work for someone, right? You can just call your boss and say, hey, you know what? I kind of don't feel like working today. Sorry. Yeah, I had a rough night. So yeah, can I just, I'll just do it tomorrow. You can't do this now. You'll be fired right away, So treat your business as something that is very serious and very important, and you need to show up. But also, if you want to show up in your business in best energy, right? You need to prepare for you need to literally think and take care of yourself, because that's very emotionally draining, especially when you on scaling or style. It's those points, pivotal points where you you need to be very grounded and in tune with yourself. And mentor probably is that kind of a shoulder.
Yes. You can spitball back and forth. You're not as lonely on this journey.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yeah. It is a lonely journey.
It can definitely be a lonely journey, especially if you're not in a community like Austin where there are so many entrepreneurs doing the thing. But yeah, I think mentorship, I'll probably always have some type of a business mentor.
Oh, yeah. I have one word now and I'm loving it. Yeah. A lot of information there is crazy, but I'm I always and it's so I feel like people right now, maybe because there was a time where there was just such an influx of coaches and mentors, high tickets, so people get very burned sometimes when you're well, I pay $10,000 and I don't really see, results, or I don't know, it doesn't feed. That's whatever it is.
I also think in that moment too, when you are investing that much money into a business mentor, you also, and you don't see results, right? You have to look at yourself.
Yeah, that's important, because maybe there's something in you that just, yeah.
Because sometimes the business mentor has everything and it works for so many other people.
Yeah.
For you, it doesn't, because you aren't either one, bought into yourself and you're self-sabotaging, or you're not setting yourself up for success with your schedule, your structure. You're not committed to making this happen, and you're not listening to the modules or actually taking action on the direction that they're getting.
Yeah. Or you think that you're smarter. Yeah. You're yeah, that works for everyone, but not for me. You
you have to take an ego hit.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Ego is so big in this. I worked with clients, in terms of their inner, energy and how they feel, the doubts, the self-confidence part. And I heard so many times yeah, but but it's not like, yeah, but it's like, I'm different or like I'm special. I'm like, look, I can literally tell you like the roadmap for like 10 different types of situations that I already work with. And that's how it's going to be. Like, I'm telling you, that's just going to work this way. So sooner you just surrender yourself and like, imagine that you paid $1 million. Like, and have that mindset with everything, books, podcasts, people you talk, like you like interacting with. Just like, wow, what can I learn here? Yeah, get your ego outside. Like, yep, leave it over the door.
Yeah, like you invest in your business mentor for a reason, right? And two, like make sure it's someone that you respect and you look up to. Yes, then you actually will follow through with what they tell you.
Yes.
If you don't respect them, then yeah, you're just wasting your money.
So how do you choose your mentors?
I think like in the beginning, it was a little bit more of, okay, this looks great. Like I'm going to just go for the results they deliver. Yes. I saw the results. And as the more and more I got into business, the more and more I understood myself more and what I needed. And I didn't want a grind it out, hustle culture style, mentorship and container. I wanted a container that had the understanding that there are emotional days and how can we add a little bit more flow and a balance to our lives? Because if you are just grinding it out 10, 12 hours a day, then why are you in this business, right? Like you're an entrepreneur for freedom. If you are grinding it out like that, there is no freedom. So how can you add some of that in there while still continuing to move the business along? But you're going to be happier. You're going to have like better relationships, better community, of course.
Yeah.
Like pouring out of love instead of like sales.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's like how it works. I love it.
And so this point also, I feel like in the beginning, it's still going to be a little bit of grind there.
Oh, completely.
Because your nervous system is like, were you changing a lot of things in your life? Like your habits probably also going to be changed, like your environment, things that you've done before. Now maybe they don't really work for you, and you should like, oh, maybe I should go in fact a little bit earlier because I want to wake up in the morning, right?
Yeah, and I guess when I say like I wanted something with flow, I grinded, right? Like you have to grind, but there's a different way of looking at grinding too. Like there's a way of putting in the work, the time, the effort, and making it happen, like really diving into it, but also adding a little bit of structure.
Yes.
So that you can feel good taking a Saturday off. I love it. Yeah,
Yeah, and also delegating, so asking like VA. There's so many resources right now. You could hire someone from Philippines for like $5 and
exactly, or lots. Honestly.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's actually, yeah, you're right. Like I saw something like $6, $3, something like that. You're like, oh, that's that like I feel guilty, right? It's more same, but I'm also like I was like savory. But that's just how much it costs too. Yeah, right. Yeah, like the cost of living is way different. Of course. No. Yeah. And you will be surprised there was so many, and you're probably gonna go like in hire and fire people, like that's my thing. I'm like, oh, this can be the one, probably whatever, like with relationships too. This is the one that you're like, I've learned how to just not to get myself all in, in the beginning. And I'm saying,
I'm like, nope. Wait, hold up. We don't know this person yet. We don't know it.
Yeah.
We don't know it.
Yeah. And I feel like it's just so, like, when you kind of getting into a certain point in your self-discovery, like, and self-awareness journey, you're a very open book. Like, and you connect with people easily. And like, especially entrepreneurship, because you like go to events and you speak with people, right? So like when it comes to dating, you're like, hey, wait, like there's no like drama or secrets behind it. You're like, just, let's go. Okay.
Yeah. There's like no limit to what you may know about. And then you're like, oh shoot, did I just trauma dump? Sorry. That's just that's normal for me.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. So let's go back to what you do right now. Tell me a little bit about your business.
Yeah. So I help corporate women lose body fat, tone up, and become the strongest, most confident, independent version of themselves. And so in that too, it's like, it's not, like I said earlier, it's not all about like health and fitness, but we really push them to understand, what do they want their relationships to look like? What do they want their personal life to look like? What do they want their fun to look like? And spiritually too, like if you're spiritual, we want to make sure that we are supporting you and holding you accountable to all of your intentions.
I love it.
Right? Because if you have a drill sergeant, like health and fitness coach, that's all they are. Like, you're not going to want to like follow what they tell you to do, and they don't know anything about your life. And so we can be the experts when it comes to science, but in order for something to be sustainable, lasting, long-term, and like a lifestyle, you have to add in the personal touch. And so like, we're the experts when it comes to the science, but the clients are the experts when it comes to their life. So in order for us to make this something that like actually will work long-term, and they don't have to invest in another health and fitness program, we have to make sure that we're meshing the two and we're adding in, the happiness as well, because a lot of corporate women are in their masculine.
Yeah.
And so they think they just need a plan, but they actually just need to add in a little bit more relaxation, a little bit more vibing, a little bit more enjoyment, so that they can actually stick to something.
I love it. So what is the process when, let's say, I want to sign up for your coaching program? What is this process?
Yeah. So, we hop on a phone call. We dive into your journey and what you're looking for, and really decide if we would be a good fit, because I do take a lot of pride in this community and I don't want to just let anyone into the community. So really making sure that it's someone who's supportive of others on their journey and is willing to like open up about their own struggles and challenges, because, health and fitness is a very emotional, journey. Yeah. And so really making sure that we have the right people in the room that are like go-getters in their career, but then also like open to having those tough conversations and like being vulnerable is super, super important to me. And so then, assuming we do both believe that like it's a good fit and we move forward, then we get you onboarded, and like we do the first 30 days is really taking a look at their intentions. What do they want for their life, career, family, what have you, health and fitness as well. And then doing a time audit, like understanding, okay, like where are you spending your time? Yeah. Now, how can we actually set you up for success and really create a routine that's going to allow for you to see the results you want? Because if we don't start there, then we're going to be running from the state of chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right? I saw it. Yeah, that's all.
So what is the name of your business? Build Confidence. Build Confidence. I love it. So tell me what was this thought process when you came up with this?
Yeah, I think it just goes back to the fact that like confidence doesn't just happen for majority of women and people in general. So one, like building confidence doesn't just happen. And you have to, well, first off, like it can start with lifting heavy things, right? Like once you know that you can like literally do anything yourself, like you don't need someone else. Yes, we want someone to help us, but we can also carry our suitcase and put it up in the airplane. Like we can do it on our own. Then you start to get that confidence from like moving heavy things and being able to be independent. And really at the end of the day, like that's why I wanted like confidence in there at some point. And I was like, wait, we have to build confidence. So like, build confidence. Confidence is also like, it's interesting. Yeah. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't have confidence. No, you do.
Yeah. You just somewhere deep inside, and you need to see yourself from different like perspective and start making first step and the second one. And the small wins, right? Yes.
Yeah, it's important. Like if we start taking fitness, you move from 5 pounds to 10 pounds or 7.5 pounds. That's a win completely. Now, like that's how you build confidence. That's what, like,
your first, I guess, journey to the gym. I know a lot of women, let's say, they don't even know what to do in the gym, right? And like as a former fitness coach, I know exactly how it feels. Like when people come to me, they're like, I'm afraid of these like things, right? Yeah, like you see the bodybuilders and say, yeah, no. And so you see women just doing cardio all the time. And like the first journey, the first like step into the gym, that's new confidence, like a little bit out, right? Like now you did this workout, great. You had the first like healthy meal, or like that's like always take the small wins. And I feel like for especially for your audience, but like I'm never was in corporate, but I'm a high achiever. So to me, small wins were not existent. Yeah. Like it had to be something freaking grandiose. So like, yeah, okay. And even that, I was like, yeah, cool. Okay. It was like,
yes, exactly. It and never enough.
yeah.
Completely. And like so many women get into our program and they think that they need to do everything right away.
Yeah.
But that's that all or nothing 0 to 100 mentality that gets you stuck. It's also very hard to lose with. Yes. Like now we're feeling enough. No. And you never said your relationship was a struggle because you never kind of satisfied with anything, like your, I don't know, boyfriend or something. Let's take that situation. Gives you a flower, for instance. You're like, oh, I just want flower. Yeah, and I should have felt like, yeah, that's stuff. It's not a baker's toast. Something like that. Is that? Yeah, it's interesting thing when you like, you have to take those small wins, and that's where you build your confidence. And also, I feel like stepping into that fear where you're like, yeah, I don't know it, but the mindset there, right? I don't know it, and I don't need to know this. I used to just take the first step like you did with your business. Because you said we had no idea what we were doing, right? But you did it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a spiral effect for everything. Like you started that boutique with your sister. Now you in your business, right?
Yeah.
And you're growing and you like scaling up right now, which is amazing. And I can't wait to talk to you in 6 months and I can see what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah. Okay. This podcast, we have a ritual. I'm going to pull a card for you. So you're going to just keep them in your hands and think of intention.
Mm-hmm.
What is in your mind right now? Just you don't have to have like a clear like this is what I'm like. Tell me right? Just like what is that feeling? What maybe like is on your heart? What you were thinking lately? Yeah, and then you can give it to me, and I'll give it the card. Well, like you'll pull the card.
Okay, let's give it away. Don't you always just tell me what I need, not what I want? Yeah. Don't take it.
You can choose whichever you want.
Can I look?
Of course. Ooh. Wow. Make a wish. Make me a wish. Okay, let's see what it means. 111. In numerology, 1 is the number where everything starts with. And we just like discuss your cycle, your night cycle, which is like letting go of things and just, hey, I don't need this anymore. And next cycle is 1. And 111 is that first number. Everything starts with 1. And you have 4 ones, which is very powerful. So let me read it for you. Where is this? Oh, it's in 4. Opportunities are soaring your direction. Doors are being flung wide open. The time is now. This is a call to vibrate at a higher frequency. If you've been feeling defeated or hopeless, your angels are urging you to shift your perspective. Don't be too surprised if you experience some eye-opening epiphanies. Even the smallest changes can make enormous ripples into your future. Tune into abundance in both your mind and your actions. Whenever you see this number, make a wish. So remember, next time you will look for, I'm 111. It could be, I always see 1111. So now I'm like, oh my God, thank you wishes. Turn your entire being towards achieving that goal and watch the universe send you everything you need. So it was upright, which means shifting to an abundance mindset, intentional living, call to action to make your wishes reality, attracting surprising new opportunities, manifesting your desires. And the affirmation for you, I'm in the middle of something miraculous. Ooh, this is a good one. I love that. I love it. Okay. So how do you feel like? Do you have an intention, I guess?
Yeah, my intention, can I say what my intention was? It was honestly like, I was just like thinking about like gratitude and just like thankfulness.
Okay.
Yeah. And so here we go. That's your answer.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you for being grateful.
Yeah. Here's the
Make a wish. Make a way.
Yeah. Like that's been something I've been really focused on these last few months and this year is just like taking a look at everything that I do have already and just being happy.
Yeah. That's how you expand your energy, because like I feel like gratitude practice is so underrated. But when you truly in the beginning it may not feel, right. But when you're shifting that mindset, you're like, you know what, I'm actually very grateful that I'm not in pain, that I have roof over my head, I have food, I have my friends, I actually have my life, and I can build it up. The way I want. I can be creative of my life, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I have 3 more questions that are also kind of like our signature closing questions. What would you say to the woman who knows she's meant for more, but is scared to bet on herself?
Ooh. I would say, would you ever regret betting on yourself? Like, would you ever regret trusting yourself and committing to yourself? You can regret committing to someone else, right? Like they can make some decisions and some things that you don't necessarily love.
Yes.
But what if you just treated yourself like the love of your life?
Yeah. I love it. And I live by this. Like I always ask this, and I feel like the most difficult decisions were made when I ask this question. Because life is short. The illusion of we're immortal is illusion, right? Like life is very short. You can look back and like, wow, like it's been like so many years already behind my back. And to me, it was like when I look back, I don't want to regret anything. I don't want to regret that I didn't make that call or step just because I was afraid. And fear is just it's also an illusion in a way, right? Like you just step into it, you're like, oh, okay, it's not as bad.
Every new thing is scary.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Once you do it, you're like, oh,
that was easy. Yeah. And I feel like fear is, it just kind of keeps you like, in shape. Sometimes you just need that.
Yeah.
It will never go away. Yeah. So like give up, like fighting with it. It's just embrace it. Embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely. Because that's where growth happens.
I know. Yeah. I love it. Okay. Question number 2. If you had to describe your transformation in 3 words, what would they be?
Oh, goodness. Okay. Intentional, unapologetic, and thankful.
Okay. Why did you choose those?
Well, I did choose 2 words for 2025 that I really wanted to live by this year. And those 2 were like intentional and unapologetic. Over the last few years, I felt like I've lived a little bit in a box and not let my full self, see the daylight because I've been in grind mode.
Yeah.
And so unapologetic is like through that, like I'm opening up to the world, opening up to new opportunities and being like an egg in life.
Yeah, so bringing your gifts to the world.
Yeah.
I always say like you, and she's the star, which is the 17, your date of birth at 17 October. And that's the start of people who needs to be, and it's interesting enough because it also gives us 8, which is very systematic and result-oriented person. It's like
intentional.
Yeah.
In other words.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I love them because I love to work with them because they're like very, they're like, okay, so they do things. They don't wait for excuses or something like that. Like if somebody gives you like, well, da, 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 you're like, okay, did not or not. Like, is it done? Like, why not? Like, what is it like? Just what is it so difficult for you? Go to it, like something like that. And 17 is the start, which is like be in front of people and be that kind of guiding star for people as well. But first for yourself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you have your gifts. And your gifts, I always say it, your gifts are not for you. Your gifts are for others. I love that. Yeah.
Like it's a crime to just hold them, right? And there's no energy moving. Your gifts, your energy expanding when you go and you give it to others, right? And it's not transactional, by the way. Like I feel like people always think about, well, what can I give in terms of like money or something? No, if you and your element, your energy, people want to be around you because you are magnetic. They're like, I love this person. And we share our energy, like we exchange it, whether we want it or not. Like if you walk into the room with people who like laughing and they're smiling, you feel like, oh, okay, like,
yeah, this is a fun school. Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, and like imagine the opposite, like when you walk, it's somebody just like, sad or like they kind of like, what are you doing here? You feel very uncomfortable because that's the vibration in the air. So once you're in your element, that's the thing with attracting, right? Like you attract because you bring to this world your gifts, your energy expands. Now you can handle more, right? And people like want to be around you. Relationship happen easier, right? The opportunities come to you way different than when you like sitting, like, oh no, hibernating. Yeah. So I love it. Yeah. Okay, number 3. What's one truth you live by now that you didn't before?
One truth that I live by now that I did not before. That you can actually control your life. Like not control, but like you have the ability to make your dreams happen. You just need to have a plan in place that gets you there.
How about create?
Yeah, create. Yeah, create. I like. Yeah, I like that word better. I was like, control. No, I'm letting go of control. I don't want control. Like God has control. Yes, but like God also puts your desires and hopes and dreams on your heart, and so you can create that. But you just need to take action.
Yeah, I love it. When in my program we work actually on that, but I know, like after obviously being like the coaching, fitness, nutrition, and then I shifted more into this work that I do right now. I see that people's desires change once they start like digging that true authentic self. I feel business is very close to like the meaning or the sense of it, because in business we transform because you're facing so many like triggers, so many that like you can't be in business if you're not like mindful or self-aware. Yeah, it's very hard. I mean, I'm so successful. You can be in business, but yeah, business transforms you. So in the work I do, I see people come and we start like just like discovering what's there. Like, what's that underneath that noise? Do you really want it, or do you want it because your parents want it, or because you saw it on TV, or because successful people do this, or what? Like, or you see this on Instagram. Do you really want it? And what's like you kind of getting into the essence of yourself, of the soul, of the true, authentic self? I see how much people's desires and dreams are changing. They actually become more ambitious. They're like, oh yeah, no, that was like, I was settling for that.
Yeah.
Now I want this. And you see that like inner child's form, like, oh yeah, let's go. So I feel like also to know what you truly want and then create from that perspective of like, let's create, like I can create this life, right? So I love it. Thank you so much. Where people could find you?
Corporate Strong Girl on Instagram. I don't have TikTok technically yet. I do, but I'm not first. I've heard it's going to be like off. I sure it's so many things. So I decided not to invest my time into it. I'm intentional with my time. I love Instagram. Instagram was my favorite platform. I feel like, so many people are like, I have LinkedIn and I post, but I just never got into it. Like, I love Instagram. I love the creative side of it. Yeah, what they do is so fun. I just recently discovered you can label your conversations. Yes. I was like, okay, that's a life changer, right? If you have like someone working with your DMs, right? Yeah. You like follow up. I'm like, wow. And even for my friends, sometimes I'm like, all right, wow, follow up with my friend because I can, I don't have time right now it's for like a mindful answer instead of like, okay, completely no. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. Can we think, that's random, but can we think of one gift that people can get from if they listen to this podcast? That gift. Well, I hope they can get a little bit more hope and just excitement about their own future. Yeah. And what they can create for themselves. I love it. Yeah. Because that's very important. Like when you see the life that is a canvas that you get to paint anything you want, I don't want to say you in control because that would be a very bold statement to say it, right? I worked on releasing that control and you don't need it. To be honest, when it's like things getting done for you by not like you're not doing anything. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Exactly. Sure. Well, and you can be the visionary. Yeah. Yeah. And you like a new flow. All right. Thank you so much. So Instagram, corporate strong girl on Instagram. I love it. Okay. Follow Miranda and book an appointment with her. I love what she's doing. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, my pleasure. So let's have a. Hey.